Welcome all. We have already started our 18th lesson, that is the environment and us. So we have also seen how why there is need of maintaining environmental balance. We have also studied about deforestation and also pollution. So the next part is our needs and the environment. So what are our basic needs? Our basic needs are food, water and clothes are the need of all people. We use a lot of things to meet this need. Whichever things are possible for us, we are using lot of them to just fulfill our need. Besides, we use many means and devices for the purpose of studies, sports, hobbies and entertainment. You use mobile phones, you use television for doing the entertainment part, you are using the sport material for your sports activity, you are using books, you are using mobiles for your study part, and hobbies you are just nurturing on your own. Even stock up we also even stock up these things so that they will be available to us whenever we need them. For example, if you want to prepare a greeting card, and if you think that you require, or whenever anyone's birthday is there, you need to do it, so you will be having the cardboard sheets at your house itself, or you will be having the colors at your house. So the things which we require, we are already storing it with us. All these things are obtained from the materials from our environment, and these all things we are getting from the environment itself. All the people in the world have similar needs and desire. Basic needs, I have told you, food is requirement for everyone, water is also required by everyone. So these needs are required by everyone, and these desires means the thing which a person wants. So these are the basic needs and the desires. As a result, the environment is being degraded rapidly, and that is why what is happening, environment which is present, it is getting destroyed day by day. We need to be aware that we ourselves are the part of the nature. You should always take care that, and you should always know that you are also a part of a nature. If you are disturbing the nature, one day there will be some natural calamities which can later on affect you. If by chance, if you are cutting down the trees, and there will be flood, there will be soil erosion, there will be landslides, and because of that someone can die. So if you are troubling the nature, nature is sure going to trouble us. If the balance of the nature is disturbed, it will adversely affect us. If you are disturbing the balance of the nature, it will affect the human life. We need to take proper steps to prevent this degradation. You require to take proper steps. You need to take preventive measures to see that you will not do any harm to the nature. The steps should be mainly include by our means frugally and recycling this article. If you are using glass, and if glass broke down into pieces, don't throw it out. See that you will recycle it. You will give to the recycling unit to recycle it. Such measures should be practiced sincerely by each and every person. It is not yours or my own activity. You are supposed, every one of us should perform this on their own. So we are going to see the next part over here, that is global efforts for protection of the environment. What are the global efforts which are done by all parts of the world for protecting the environment? Several projects have been implemented at the international level to maintain the balance in the nature. Many projects are undertaken by the government to see that all this balance which is there in nature, the carnivores which are eating flesh, omnivores which are eating both the one, and the herbivores which are eating only grass, this balance should be maintained. If the carnivores increase, herbivores increase, it will be danger for the human life. It is important to raise the awareness of the people all over the world about the threat to the environmental balance. People should be told that if you are going to cut the trees again and again for your own use, later there will be no tree remaining over here, and there will be no oxygen supply. Many countries of the world are enacting laws to prevent the pollution of soil, air and land. So many countries have already removed the acts which are showing that they are caring about their land, their water and also their air. Which are the efforts done to maintain the biodiversity? Biodiversity means the variety which we see in one place. So there are biodiversity parks, an area in which, or the area which is reserved for the purpose of protecting and conserving the biodiversity is called biodiversity park. The area which is conserved, which is kept aside for only all the type of animals and all the type of plants, is said to be as biodiversity park. Here everyone is present. In this park, biodiversity is studied. People visiting such parks can see the nature very closely, and it is also helping us to understand the importance of it. National parks. Some parks are only, or some areas are only kept for the wildlife animals. So they are coming under national parks. The Kaziranga National Park and the Tadoba National Park, which is in Chandrapur, Nagpur, you can clearly see that these parks are only focusing on the population of that particular wildlife. Sanctuaries, not the sanctuary, it is sanctuaries. The certain forest areas are reserved for protection and conservation of a particular animal or a plant. For example, if you want to see chitta, so in that particular sanctuary you can clearly see chitta itself. So it is only used for conserving one type of a plant or one type of animal. Radhanagari sanctuary is only known for the bisons. If the plant on the earth are destroyed, the number of animals also fall. Why? Because animals are dependent on plants. If animals don't get proper food, their rate or their population will decrease. That is why the plant protecting plants are very much essential. So we'll see the next part over here. Okay, the Mayani Lake has formed due to the dam built on the Chand River in Satara district. Flamingos from the Siberia region in northern Asia migrate to this lake. So there is a Mayani Lake which is built on the Chand River in Satara district. Flamingos which are coming from Siberia just over here for building their nest, laying their eggs. They are coming from, they are migrating. Migrating means you are changing one place and you are shifting for a certain place for certain days, not permanent wise. You can say it is a temporary one for your job, for your purpose, for your need. Now animals are not going for job, but they are doing it for their own self. Once the baby bird grows big enough, they are again going back to Siberia. In recent past, the water level of the dam has fallen. The flamingos stopped coming over here. Yeah, however, the lake has been now declared a sanctuary for birds. So here the water level have already fallen down, and that is why these birds are now they are coming very less. You can clearly see these flamingos and their eggs also. Now there is a Maldhok, the Great Indian Buster Sanctuary at Nanaj in Solapur district. These huge whitey birds are famous for their graceful gaits. They are only known for their graceful gaits. These birds live in the open grasslands. So there is a Maldhok where it is reserved, or it is a sanctuary for that Maldhok bird, which is found in that Nanaj in Solapur district, and these birds are feeding or they are eating only insects. As they are hunted for their meat and their eggs, people want their meat and their egg. That is why their number is depleting. It is going down day by day. Maharashtra state has declared the Nanaj area as the sanctuary for the Great Indian Buster. Deer is also found over here. Now, about 50 kilometers away from Pune, on Pune Ahmednagar highway, the village called as Morachi Chinsori is famous for the peacock population. This place is known only for peacock population. The these old and well looked after tamarind trees here have created a favorable environment for the birds. So there are tamarind trees which are present, which are only good for this peacock, and that's why peacock are found more over them. Peafowl have found sanctuary in this village, and peafowl also have been found over here. So the next part is here, that is the Devrais. Devrai is a boon for all living creatures. Devrai is the forest that is reserved for. Now this Devrai word is been classified into two different. You can see two words are attached. Dev means God and Rai means a jungle. So Devrai, it is the forest that is reserved for God. What actually is happening over here, I'll just tell you. Indian culture gives importance to the protection of forest. Devrai is an example of it. People believe that the Devrai is a jungle reserved for gods, and that's why no tree from this Devrai has been cut down. That is why all trees in the Devrai are safe even today. Maharashtra has many Devrais. In Madhya Pradesh, they are also known as Sharanvan. Devrais give shelter not only to animals but also to the different small insects or different small creatures. Devrai can be called as the sanctuary of ancient times. So Devrais are the places where the forest is still in the good condition because people are afraid of cutting down these trees. Always remember, nature provides enough for man's need but not his greed. Nature will always give you whatever you require but not for your greediness. Okay, I hope you have understood this lesson. So question answers will be given by my side soon. Thank you.